the passing of Grandma had cast a shadow over our home. The days leading up to her burial were filled with tears, fond memories, and the shared grief of our family. Our grief was palpable, but what followed turned our mourning into a nightmare. A few days after the funeral, my younger siblings and I began hearing shuffling footsteps at night, echoing through the corridors of our home. At first, we thought it was our parents, but after inquiring, they assured us it wasn't them. Their room was on the opposite side of the house, and they had no reason to be wandering at that hour. Despite our insistence, our parents dismissed our claims as grief-fueled nightmares. They believed we were simply imagining things, grasping for the comfort of Grandma's presence in her absence. But the footsteps persisted, growing louder and more distinct with each passing night. We'd lie awake, paralyzed with fear, as the sounds of unseen feet moved closer to our bedrooms. It was as if someone was pacing outside our doors, their presence palpable in the darkness. Then, one fateful night, the footsteps entered our rooms. My little brother and sister and I huddled beneath our blankets, our hearts pounding like the beat of a funeral drum. The entity called out our names, its voice hauntingly familiar, like the lullabies Grandma used to sing to us. We dared not reply, our voices buried in our fear. We felt a weight descend upon our beds, the sensation of someone or something climbing on top of us. The entity's touch was cold, like the icy grip of death, and we struggled to keep our breath steady. It was then that the entity whispered our names once more, its tone a mix of sorrow and longing. We peered from beneath our blankets, and in the dim moonlight we saw her, the translucent figure of Grandma, her eyes filled with a mixture of sadness and love. Her presence seemed like a bittersweet reunion, but her touch was chilling, a stark reminder that she belonged to another realm. We had to confront our parents, to make them understand the terror we were facing. The next morning, we recounted the nightmarish experiences to our parents. At first, their expressions revealed skepticism, but the fear in our eyes finally reached them. They decided to stay up that night, keeping watch over us. As the footsteps approached and the entity's whispers filled the air, our parents bore witness to the haunting presence of Grandma. They couldn't deny it any longer. Tears welled up in their eyes as they realized that their mother, our beloved Grandma, was trying to reach out to us from beyond the grave. With heavy hearts, they decided it was time to leave the house, to escape the spectral torment that now dwelled within its walls. The entity was no longer the source of comfort we had once known. It had become a terrifying reminder of the line between life and death that had been crossed. We moved out of that house, leaving behind the entity that once was Grandma, now lost between realms. As we settled into a new home, we held on to our cherished memories of her, grateful for the love she had given us in life, and haunted by the visits she paid us from beyond the grave. John had been devastated when his beloved wife Emily passed away. Their love had been a storybook romance, and her loss left a hole in his heart that seemed impossible to fill. But time marched on, and eventually he found love once more. His new wife, Lena, was a kind and caring woman, and their love was strong. Yet as they began their life together, strange occurrences started to unfold. It began with subtle, unsettling events. Objects moved on their own, and whispers echoed through the house in the still of the night. Lena dismissed them as mere coincidences, the creaks of an old house. But John couldn't ignore the eerie feeling that something was amiss. The torment escalated. Lena would wake up in the middle of the night, gasping for breath, only to find herself pinned to the bed. An unseen force seemed to press upon her chest, making it hard to breathe. She saw glimpses of a shadowy figure standing at the foot of their bed, a silhouette that bore an uncanny resemblance to Emily. John, too, faced the relentless torment. In the still of the night, he would feel icy fingers brushing against his skin, while ghostly whispers filled the room, murmuring his name. He'd lie there, paralyzed as the presence grew stronger and more malevolent. Lena's reflection in the mirror no longer matched her movements. Her image would sneer, while her face remained frozen in a mask of fear. Her nightmares grew darker, revealing vivid scenes of Emily's return from the grave, a vengeful specter demanding that John be with her for all eternity. Desperation drove the couple to seek help. They consulted mediums and paranormal investigators, but none could quell the relentless haunting. It was as if Emily's spirit had become an entity of darkness, refusing to release its grip on the living. One fateful night, as the couple lay in bed, the room grew frigid. They watched in terror as their breath formed chilling clouds in the air. Lena whispered, "It's Emily. She's here." The spectral figure of Emily began to materialize before them, her eyes filled with rage and despair. She reached out to John, her hand passing through his chest and gripping his heart. He screamed in agony, feeling his very life force being drained away. With the last of his strength, John cried out, "Emily, we loved each other, but you must let me go. Find peace, and allow Lena and I to live in happiness." In that moment, a flicker of recognition crossed Emily's face. Her tormented spirit wavered, and then, with a mournful wail, she faded away. The room returned to its natural warmth, and the oppressive presence that had haunted them for so long was gone. The couple had finally found release from the relentless torment. They knew that Emily's love for John had become a curse, binding her to the world of the living. In freeing her, they hoped that she had found the peace she so desperately sought, while they could finally move forward with their own lives haunted by the memories of both love and torment. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more.